Hi guys, Harry Sunday here, letting you know that there's a apparel company that supports the game that you love. It's called thereisonlyonefootball.com, guys. They've got all sorts of stuff, from caps, t-shirts, water bottles, all sorts of accessories, even for your mobile phone. All that sporting stuff you can wear anywhere you want to wear it, guys. That's right. And don't forget the website it's on, thereisonlyonefootball.com.
There is only one football!
To show you what's happening right here, right now in the studio, because we got this beautiful shirts that we're showing with Frothy right now, guys. Frothy's back with me. Frothy, what's happening with these shirts, mate? Can you tell me what's happening right now?
Shut up, let me talk. Now,
bloody
listen,
hell, mate.
We have these great tops here.
Yes.
Now, it's a bit of a 2-minute show tonight, I believe. So we're back in town, but we are officially back in town on Monday with some major announcements and start again. Announcements.
Yes.
Can you spell announcements? Can you?
Announcements.
Can you spell that?
I can't spell
Well,
it all.
leave it for next time. Now, let's go through the tops. Now,
That's
these
right.
tops, well, if you were born 400 years ago, you'd know about these tops. So we've got the great St George here, I believe.
No, Brisbane Lions, mate. Brizzy Lions, mate.
And we got South Melbourne Hellas there.
No, Fitzroy United, you're telling me, mate. Fitzroy United.
This one's Inter Monaro, is it?
Inter Monaro?
No, that's St George Budapest.
St George, yes, the Hungarians,
and over
mate.
to my right, which is your right as well. Are we still on?
Yes, we're still on, of course, we're still on.
Well, over here we got the great Sydney Olympic. And I know the cat has probably ordered a couple of those.
He's got a couple of hundred, mate.
Well, I'll tell you why he's ordered a couple. I had a chat with Peter Raskopoulos during the week.
Oh, he hates his guts.
And he said to me, Peter Catholos, a cat, has ordered two because his gut's so bloody big, he needs two jumpers to make one. So, well, look, that's only a joke.
Oh, my God, mate.
Well, look, also, Canberra, Canberra City.
Canberra City. You know who coached them?
Yes.
In 1977?
Frank Arrock.
Johnny Warren.
Johnny Warren.
We're laughing, mate, everywhere.
I told you so, Johnny Warren said. I doubt we'll sell many because how many supporters did they have? That's beside the point. Also, we got Hokoa up there.
That's
great,
right, of course.
Brazilian heritage, are they?
Brasilia, well, yeah, a lot of them escaped to Brazil.
We'll leave it at that. And the great Marconi.
Marconi.
And let's go through them. Great quality.
Of course.
They fit nicely. They are cheap. You know what? They're too bloody cheap.
$75.
$75 is not even $80.
Plus postage and handling.
Plus postage and handling. And our great friend with David Ben and Arrow Sport.
Arrow Sport together. And then, guys, you can buy them on There's Only One
you keep
Football.
Going. I'll play the great South Melbourne tune.
There is only one football. Where you can get it from. There is only one football.com in conjunction with Arrow Sport. You can also buy fantastic kits for your teams as well at Arrow Sport, and they're working together to bring you these fantastic 1977 Phillips League. Of course, you're bloody on, Frothy. And of course, guys, 1977. These shirts are fantastic. You've got the other ones at $150, which are the Rigid Gigs, $150, and then you've got the sublimated ones at $75, guys. So yes.
Yes. And can I just say, I suppose it's not appropriate to say this, but my team had a win on the weekend.
Yes, they did.
Well, not the weekend, a couple of days ago. So they're flying, and I'll tell you what, it's pretty much it. Now we're going to sing a song just to.
Well, I can't. We can't actually sing a song tonight because we're just doing the show tonight. That's all.
We're just advertising the jumpers here.
That's right, guys. But where to get them from? There is only one football. That's the one there. So, guys, thank you, guys. Get these fantastic shirts right now because you will never find them. Good night, guys. Thank you for joining us. See you in a couple of days' time. Thanks, guys. Get on Arrow Sport.
Monday,
Arrow Sport. There's only one football.com.
We'll probably have Paul Wade on
Thank
Monday,
you, guys. See you. Bye-bye. Thank you.
There's going to be someone we're going to have.
That's footballers. Hello?
Oh, yes, guys. Footballers. From the depths of despair come two people who bring the game up, right now, who bring the game up and make it a game in Australia. And we're the soccer psychos, Socceroos, mascots. Here we go. Check it out right now, guys. Check it out. Second time I'm singing this song today. Feel the man right now. Check it out.
Let's get loud. Let's get loud. She bangs.
The cup of life. This is the one. Now is the time. Don't ever stop.
You know what?
We shouldn't know. Gotta be strong. We shouldn't know. Right from the top. And when you feel the heat, the world is at your feet. No one can hold you back. Socceroos! I feel it in your soul. You want the cup of life. Night the days, here you're gonna get it. Do you really want it? Do you really want it? Hey! Ho! Here we go. Ali, Ali, Ali. Go, go, go. Ali, Ali, Ali. Tonight's the night. We're gonna celebrate. Here we go. We are the people. We are the passion. We are the history. We are the soccer psychos. We are the people who bring the game up in this country and make it number one. It's our way, the highway frothy. It's our way, the highway frothy. It's our way, the highway frothy. Please,
Dad, look at this. Look at this.
We've got a massive guest.
Now, I want you to read this little baby here. I had some dramas at Dan Murphy.
Dan Murphy.
Had some.
He's a bad man. Dan Murphy's a bad man.
Now, I'm onto this at the moment. Now, can you read that? Can you read? What does it say?
Pina colada.
It's a pina colada there.
Pina colada.
And the brand's called. Now, better say this right. Now,
who's getting drunk tonight?
Can you read that? Can you read that word up there at the top of the can, Harry? What does that say?
Made in Mongolia.
No, it's not made in Mongolia. It's made in Adelaide, and it's called Funkin.
Made in Mongolia, mate.
Funkin. Now, I went to Dan Murphy's. I fall in love with pina colada, and I said, right. Well, why are they laughing for?
Why do people laugh, mate? Because you know why?
So what I did...
That's better.
Well, that's
much better, actually, yes.
But look, I YouTubed it, and I got the recipe.
Yes.
Now, I couldn't be stuffed doing it. So I said, you know what? What's the next best thing I can do? I get on the blower to Dan Murphy. So I'll go around there, and I go in there, and...
Bad Dan Murphy.
Now, I looked like a bikie. I was unshaven. I actually shaved my head.
Yes.
And I was dressed like in tradie clothes. And I went up there, and I said to the young fella, I said, look, I'm here to get a drink. He goes, what would you like?
You know what?
And I said to him, look, don't laugh at this. It might look like I drink beer or something, or possibly Red Bull. But I'm going for pina colada. Now, you know what the little bastard told me? He said to me, oh, that's a bit gay, is it? I said, well, now, hold on, mate. Now, listen, if I like pina colada, do not call me gay. Now, what happened was I bought a 4-pack from there. Now, mind you, there's $7 bloody each. $7
for that? You know what I could do with $7?
$7 for a can.
I could buy 2 coffees for $7, you know, don't you?
You could buy that. So, look, you get on with the show.
Christ, mate. Now,
I'm
guys,
going to get stuck in this little baby here.
Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I feel like a judge or a solicitor.
Straw.
Now, let me tell you something right now, guys. We are going to try and get Stephanie Brantz on later on, but we've got a really important guest. We're going to bring Mr. MPL on right now. I'm not Mr. MPL. He's sick tonight, by the way. He's sick.
Oh, he's sick, is he?
And there's someone who's going to be talking about the NPL to us very soon, because I tell you what, mate, this is going to be a massive scoop tonight in the NPL.
I'll give you a scoop
I have a scoop for the NPL, and it's Heidelberg United, and we're bringing on George Katsakis. We're going to hit George really hard tonight, because I tell you what, I know something that he doesn't know.
Well, so do I, and I know one other thing, Harry. Funkin, Funkin. What a coincidence. That's my favourite music.
I better bring him on, mate.
Now listen to this.
Hello, George. Is that you now?
And
George is
also,
on, mate.
what we've got.
Stop advertising with pina colada.
Now the can is also green and gold. There's a Socceroo colours right
fantastic.
there.
We've got to get him on.
And also, I've got to give a mention here. Now, as you can see, it's called pina colada. Pina's my favourite sister-in-law.
Somebody's peanuts here, mate.
Now, I am on the winner tonight.
Somebody's playing with his peanuts here, mate.
Yep, maybe the peanuts.
Well, I better get this bloke on. He's got a massive scoop tonight about Heidelberg United that you guys don't know.
So Katsakis,
Alexandros.
Alexandros. Alexandros.
Hang on. No. I've got to get George on right now, thank you.
Well, I thought the Macedonians were the Heidelberg supporters.
Hang on for a sec, hang on.
Confused. I mean, I'm not colourblind. I can see one's black and yellow,
if we can get him on.
Red. But the point is...
I wonder if George will come on. Hang on for a sec. I've got to get him on. If we can try and get him, we can't get him on.
We got Katsakis on, have we?
If he wants to come on, we'll see what happens.
See, let's hopefully...
Hello, is that Mr. Is that the captain and of the ship at Heidelberg United? Is that you, George?
No, that is the mayor of Banyul City Council, apparently. He's going to run for mayor.
Is that you, George?
It is. How are you guys?
Very well, George. George, now tonight, George, we've got you on late. Thank you for coming on, first of all. You're supposed to be following Stephanie Brantz. You know how beautiful she is, okay? So there you go. Now, George, last week,
beautiful drink.
If you heard the show last week, you're going to freak out about this. Now, we spoke to Peter Katholis in Sydney, and he said he was the only cat in this country.
Well,
but
how
George,
wrong was that?
Which one are you? Hey, and Peter's listening right now. And Peter, you got a cat in Sydney, you got a cat in bloody Melbourne. Who's cat all over Australia then, mate? Jesus.
Mate, we're the two cat kings. We're the two cat kings of Australia. Don't worry about that.
My God, I tell you what, George, I couldn't believe the way he spoke to me
Harry,
last week. He says there's only one cat here. He
yes,
says,
you can keep talking to our friend George there.
Now, George,
and I'll play in the background his favourite tune.
No, don't play that. Oh no, don't play that tune. I hate that tune. I hate it. Now, George, of course, I'm wearing the Heidelberg United top for you. There you go. That's something special there. Now,
I know a secret. Can I give you the secret, Harry?
Now, let me...
I was told by a Heidelberg member
that
George had a dream when he was a little boy to play for South Melbourne. George, can you give us anything on that? Now, be honest, George.
It must have been a dream, only a dream.
Well, he said he had a dream about you, so we're just trying to work out, was it real? Did you actually believe that you'll make it for the great blue and white team?
Oh, come on, guys. We know my true colours. Come on, let's not get into this conversation once again.
Well, I'll just keep playing your favourite tune then.
George, no. I have the colours on, George. I got the gold and black on. Don't worry about him. Now, George, we have very important news here tonight about you guys. Now, you guys have just broken into the 6. Is that right? Are we going to keep in the 6 now? What have you done differently to actually make the boys perform?
Oh, look, we all knew it was going to take a while. It was a new group.
Yes.
We brought in 14 new players. There was a lot of injuries early on in the season. There are some prominent names that were missing out. And we know, in order for a team to mould and gel will take a while. But, against all odds, people thought we were done and dusted. The belief in the group is just phenomenal that, 9 weeks ago or 10 weeks ago, we're sitting rock bottom last with 0 points. And, today we're in the top 6 and looking quite healthy and really capable of staying in that 6 and really giving it a real shake, with a lot of finals experience.
Exactly. And before I'll bring Frothy on first, I've got some more questions, some big ones actually.
Ooh. Well, okay. Now, George, I have to say, I happen to know some South supporters, and they said to me that you are very good at making South supporters very happy and very upset. Because at the start of the year, they were happy because, unfortunately, the Burgers were sitting last, and now they're really starting to get a bit worried because they have told me, George, you might not, Harry, this conversation.
We do know that.
South boys, and they are concerned if you make the 6 that you will be the dark horse. Now, can you imagine going from last to 6th and winning it? Is it possible, George?
Look, I think everything's possible in football. There's 2 teams on the pitch on any given day. And
exactly.
If you're performing and you're up for it, then the challenge is there. You're always hoping that your team will do the best for it and try and get up for the results. So, our main thing is consolidate. Our main thing is consolidating top 6. Making sure that we do finish in that top 6, and then I think it's a totally different game. It's a different ball game. Finals, you can find yourself sitting top of the league and exiting after 2 games, whereas you can be 4th or 5th or even 6th and you win 2 games, you're in the grand final. So everything's possible.
It is possible.
Now
it happened in the A-League.
That's
the
right.
Team
Now
that finished third and later
exactly.
won it.
But you know, George, they say as they say in sports teams that we're peaking at the right time. You're peaking at the right time. Can we get any further, George? Can we get to at least 4? If you get 4th, gives you more of a chance. Is that right?
Yes, it does. Look, we're just giving ourselves every opportunity to finish in the top 6. Where we finish will be obviously determined by us and our results. But, you know, we've set ourselves targets. We take each game as it comes.
Yes.
And hopefully we can finish a little bit higher than 6th. You know, at this point in time, it's only 2 or 3 points between 4th, 5th and 6th. And I think it's 6 or 8 points between 3rd. So I think everything's possible at this stage. It's way too early.
Well, a few weeks ago, me and Frothy went to a certain game. We went to a certain...
Which game was that?
He'll bring it on. Now, we were there at that game in South Melbourne, George,
yes.
at the park there at the Olympic Village, right?
Yep.
Now, I tell you what, mate, that header from Ivan Franich, mate, he just ran in and went bang. Is that right? That was the winning header, and we were screaming there and everything. How's that, George? We were there. We were hiding. We didn't want to tell you we were there. There you go.
Yeah, we were there.
That was a great result from the boys. I think the tempo was set a little bit earlier than that. A couple of weeks prior at Avondale, we went to Avondale and took maximum points.
Yes.
And then obviously with the South Melbourne return of the second part of the league, first game of the second part of the league, getting that win under our belts created a lot of confidence. Just brought everyone to realisation that, you know what, we're on our way back.
Yes.
We created a lot of confidence out of that, and then off we went. You know, I think it's undefeated. I think we're undefeated for 9 weeks now. So
it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a credit to the boys and to the whole group for putting it together.
Now, I'm gonna ask. Well, I saw the whole game. Frothy was there. I saw the first half, George, when you played.
I was there, but I didn't actually see the whole game.
They're playing South Melbourne, right? And I'm thinking to myself, South Melbourne scored the first goal, and you could see the way they were coming. At half time, what did you say? Because I tell you what, that was a completely different team. You must have given it to them in the rooms. I reckon, you know, you must have really shouted them in the rooms there, and, mate, they just turned it around big time. Remember? Yeah,
I think we did. We narrowed it down to a few things that we were doing wrong and, you know, how we could turn the tables.
Oh, boy, you did.
If I remember, I think we drew before half, or we equalised before half time, and then we took the game to them. And I think, you know, I know Ivan scored the winner, but I thought it could have been done a little bit more comfortable as well. We missed a couple of really good opportunities. I thought we were very, very dominant in that second half against South. So, you know, look, that's something that's it's taken place. It's passed. You know, we're only as good as our last game, which was last week against Melbourne Knights. We had a massive first half, but then again, didn't turn it on in the second half.
Now,
so we're looking to get it right for this weekend against Altona Magic.
Now, George, that was at Summer Street, is that right? To beat them, that was at Summer Street you beat them?
No, that was at Heidelberg. We beat them in the first round 4-0 at Summers.
My God, man, that's a big win. To beat them at that ground, you know what it's like, don't you, with that crowd there, huh? You know
Absolutely,
that.
absolutely.
Now, I have some information here. Now, I have this scoop about you guys. Whether you know this, George, I think you know this, but this came from some certain gentleman I won't mention. Whether this is mate, you've got a secret weapon coming to Heidelberg, George. Is that right?
Oh, don't know what you're talking about.
A secret weapon. Can I mention this name? Can I mention?
I suppose you can mention whatever name you like.
Okay, Kostas Petratos. Do you know that name? Does that ring a bell? Oh, here we go.
I think he's a very good player. I don't know much of. I don't know if anything's going on with Heidelberg and himself, though.
Are you serious? Okay, that's where we'll stop it, George. Okay, I know what you're saying to me. I know, but I tell you what, George. We also have some scoop for you as well. Tonight I was rang from Sydney. Stop playing that bloody... It sounds like a mouse. Oh, God, here we go. Now, George. Hey, Frothy, hang on for a second, mate. I'm going to get... Here he comes. You know what he's playing, don't you? Now, the guy's half dead already. That bloke, I don't know. He's half dead,
maybe
mate.
The big news that left there, he's jumping the trumpet.
Now, George.
For the Macedonian trumpet.
Okay.
Is he still alive, that guy, George? The old guy that plays the big flute there. I remember him from the 70s.
The clarinet, mate.
The clarinet, is it?
He's still there.
The clarinet, the clarinet guy.
The clown. And what about the guy that sells the peanuts? Is he still going around, George? I remember him as a kid.
He's gone too. He's gone.
Unfortunately, he's deceased.
Sorry, George, but he used to fight me, George, at the ground because of my drums. I'm sorry about that.
Pinch his bloody nuts. I remember when you were a kid. I remember those days.
Now, George, I have another scoop for you, George, as well.
All the time. Here we go.
Now we're finishing in July.
Yes.
I had a phone call tonight from Sydney. I'm not going to mention names. That Nick Galatas, it's come from kind of like in a secret meeting somewhere where apparently the blueprint for the second division is coming out at the end of July. I think you know that. Unless you don't know.
I do. Yep. Yeah, we're quite familiar with that.
Now, have you spoken to anyone? Now, you guys are going in the second division. Steve Telekides won't talk to me. I've asked him to come on the show. Is he that shy or what? Can you get him on, George, one day, please?
Listen.
Look, I'll try and talk to him and see if we can get him on the show.
Well, why not? Why can't we come and interview him at the rooms there and do the show there? What do you think?
I think that'd be phenomenal to maybe run your show from our club rooms on a Wednesday night.
Exactly.
And have Steve Steve live.
And actually, we will be live on Facebook like we are tonight. Exactly.
Well, can I say one thing, gentlemen? Joe Palazides, who had a run at the Burgers and South Melbourne.
You know where he's now?
I know exactly where he is. I played with him at Port Melbourne many, many, many moons ago. And he's got some news on the second division as well.
He's
Harry.
in charge.
Now, do you want me to reveal?
Reveal it. George would like to listen.
Do you want me to reveal it? Mm-hmm. Well, there's rumours going around. There is strong... Well, you know what? The way Joe told me, these aren't rumours. I believe it's his fact. So I don't think it's a rumour. There was 3 past NSL greats that aren't even going to participate in the second division.
Oh, that's nice.
And 2 are from Sydney and 1 is from Victoria. Now, Kat, can you tell us your team is going to make it?
I think we're in with a very big chance.
Exactly.
Well, there you go. You just heard it. They're in.
Exactly.
It's done. And now we have to see whether the people are going to rock up, Harry. We went to the Heidelberg South game, Harry. There was 406 people, Harry.
I'm sorry.
Where were they?
No, this is what I tell George. Now, and you know what, George? Steve spoke to me. He was right next to us speaking to us. He knew who we were, and he said to us, have a look at the crowd here, Harry. Have a look at the crowd, Frothy. He said... This used to be thousands here, thousands.
Well,
it was very disappointing that day, George. But you know what I'm going to say to you, George? The NPL is a graveyard. Am I right?
Oh, look, I think on some grounds you may be correct, and I think it definitely needs improvement, and we're definitely heading for a second division that I think will definitely change the demographics of football in the country.
And one thing I'll ask you, George, is a few years ago when you guys won the national championship, of course, of the NPL Nationals, right? Now, I made a big thing on this on one of the shows, right? And I actually said, what the hell is going on? You went up to Brisbane, you won that cup. How big was that cup, right? The National NPL Cup, right? Okay? Playing against, was it Brisbane Strikers, is that right? Was Strikers?
Correct.
Now, the thing is, I thought to myself, they're playing at bloody Perry Park. Now, that Perry Park was a massive ground during the 80s, right? Where Strikers used to pack it out and everything, right? Now, and plus we played Socceroos. Socceroos qualifies there during Oceania as well. Yep. Mate, I could not believe the crowd on that day, George. I watched the final. I said to myself, this is a final. This is a national final. People aren't turning up to these games. What is it giving the NPL clubs? It's absolutely... It doesn't give you a cent, does it? It doesn't give you any money either. Is that right?
Yeah, look, there's not much of an incentive at that level. So I think the key thing to come out of something like that is that you can win the Australian Nationals and be the best NPL club in the country, and the recognition is very, very minimal, and you don't move further into an A-League or a B-League system, which is totally incorrect. So exactly. I think that needs to be manufactured where maybe an NPL champion has the first bite at moving into an A-League comp or a B-League comp.
Yep.
And it gives everyone an incentive. Away from all that, I think with Football Australia having received some massive funds for actually qualifying for the World Cup, I think that, there should be some money allocated to grassroots and NPL itself.
Yes.
And start to get behind it to actually give us a bit of product, because the product coming through at the moment isn't terrific, and we need to improve on the product that's coming through so we can have the golden era of the Australian or the Aussie, the Socceroos team come about again.
Now, Frothy, you've got something to say. George, I've got some other important things to say, George.
I just got a message, and apparently one of our members is saying, when are we having this special guest from Greece coming on?
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know anything about that. Do you know anything about that?
Mate, he was Kostas Katsaranis was 6 years ago. What are you talking about, mate?
Well, is that who she's talking about? I have no idea.
I don't know, mate. Forgot. Now,
I'm just reading the comments.
Now, George,
here.
when you mentioned about the money that they've made, you just reminded me something too, George. Apparently, I found out today that $5 million will be given to the second division. From that money, now that the Socceroos are qualified, $5 million will be going towards the second division. That is very promising that the FFA are throwing money in there, which is fantastic.
That's 2.5 to George and 2.5 to Ivan.
Well, there you go.
That'll cover that.
And what I've also heard is that Harry Kuehl has made a massive...
Harry Kuehl is on fire.
No, Harry Kuehl has opened up his mouth.
For it.
He's opened up his mouth and
he wants it to happen.
He said it, how bad it is not having a second division and not having the progression of more talent coming up to the A-League. I mean, and he wants relegation and promotion, and we need to have that straight away, not in 3 or 4 years' time. Is that right, George? What do you think?
Absolutely correct. I think really, really critical.
George, can you tell us this? You've obviously been around longer than us. We're obviously a lot younger than you. That's a joke. LOL, apparently, Harry, they say these days. Now, why hasn't it happened years ago? Why is it just all of a sudden in the last couple of years? I mean, all over the world they got it. Why is it just all of a sudden everyone's talking about it, and it looks like it's going to go ahead, which is a good thing. Different story if it works. But what was the big delay? It's been going for 40 years, this national comp. I don't understand it.
I think after the NSL, the people running the football in the country were oblivious to the history of football and how the migration really made that really take off. And
Correct.
I think they had other plans. They just went quiet. They went quiet on their plan and just persisted with the A-League. We've seen so many clubs from the A-League disappear in a short period of time. And I think the push from the grassroots and the NPL clubs or the old state league clubs, as well as the pressure from FIFA, for having a second division and promotion relegation is one of their fundamentals, is one of the key things to make sure that there's a healthy competition. And without that, it's obviously not too healthy. I mean, there was Kuehl made a great point of it, whether you're getting relegated or finishing bottom and conceding 150 goals for the year really doesn't matter because you use it as a building block. And, in actual football terms, if you're not getting relegated or promoted, then there's not really much to play for, is there? Let's be honest.
Isn't. Now, George, we're going to finish up in a couple of minutes. Now, what I want to tell you is
I've got another call from overseas coming through, so I've just texted them. I've got to really take this before 9 o'clock.
No, George, that's fine, George. Go for it, George.
Thank you for your time,
we'll
George.
talk to you very soon, George, about this. Thank you very much for joining us at a late stage today.
Burgers, Harry.
Thank you. Go Alexandros this week. Thank you, George.
Yes.
Gents, thanks very much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for being on the show.
I tell you what, when George talks, he talks sense like you
wouldn't
believe.
He talks sense.
He walks and he talks. That's what he does.
He walks tall on the ground, and that's why they're going to rename the great team. Exactly. They're going to call it Katsakis FC.
Now we've got a message here from Stephanie Brantz.
Ooh,
and she's about to come on, guys. Just got off the plane from Qantas overseas.
Well, let me go and put my suit on. I'll
just
get
for
me
the
hair
football-less show to get her on right now.
I've got to get dressed for the occasion.
No, he's going to get dressed for the occasion for sure. So we're getting it on in 2 minutes, but let me tell you guys right now. We've got 2 minutes, and I want to mention something to you. Everyone out there that knows what's going on, we know the Socceroos have made this, right? They've made the World Cup. Also, we're talking about in November, the World Cup starts. We're talking about the Matildas in 2023.
Yes.
And let me tell you guys what's going to be happening with Only One Football. The name has changed to Only One Football.
Only One Football.
Only One Football are going to be bringing out fantastic shirts. They're going to be bringing out
Socceroo tops,
Socceroo tops, Matilda's tops in one. So the two will be on there, and you'll be fantastic.
2 for 1, you're saying?
2 for 1 , that's right. You're going to have both
promotions.
That's
like a steak knife. You buy 8 steak knives, and you get an iron, you get a car, you get a house.
Oh, mate, here comes that idiot. Hey! Get him out of here, mate. Get that mug again. Oh, mate, we're going to get rid of that guy.
We have to.
In 1 minute, we're bringing on Ms. Brantz. We're going to call her Ms. Brantz today, guys. Ms. Brantz.
The Queen of Holland.
We want to know exactly what the hell's been happening to this lady.
Yes.
Because she's everyone's favourite sportswoman.
Yes, she is. And I tell you what, she so happens to follow the great team that I follow. And
I see what you mean.
Now, does that make me happy? I tell you what, if Stephanie was in the studio
Let's
tonight,
get her on now. She wants us to call her.
I would offer a pina colada.
Here we go. Hang on for a sec. See if she comes on, guys. Well, see if she comes. Everybody's been waiting all night for this.
Yes. Let's see. Stephanie, is she on?
She's supposed to be on.
What's happening? I can't hear her.
She said, hello?
Hello.
Is that Miss Brantz?
It is.
Miss Brantz, you're on Football Less Live. Congratulations. You've got Wait till you hear the crowd screaming out here, Miss Brantz. Fantastic to have you on again.
They're going wild. How are you guys?
You sound tired. We're sorry to get you on this late.
That's all right, and I'm about to go on another meeting, but I'm glad you caught me.
Are you on the meeting now?
Well,
just a couple of minutes. We'll get you. People have been waiting for you now. We're saying here, are you prepared? We got messages here for you. People are talking about this.
Yes.
What have you been doing? Have you been to Saudi Arabia? I heard you've been all over the world. Where have you been?
Oh, in the last 3 months, Saudi Arabia, Dubai, and Fiji.
What a holiday. Is it a holiday or work?
No holidays. It was all work. All of them were work.
My God, fantastic. Now,
I hope they paid for your airfare,
Are we holding you up?
I do have to. I only had till 5:02. Did you get my text?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's fine. No worries.
Well, but it's 5:02 now.
One more thing before you go. Now, this is the biggest thing. Now that we know that we've got the brand new wiggle dance by that goalkeeper.
Yes.
Would you be able to do this? We're all going to be doing that dance now when the Socceroos come on. Would you be doing it as well or what?
Oh. So I don't know about that, guys. I think we'll leave it to Redders to do the wiggle dance.
Redders.
Stephanie, before we go, just quickly, 10 seconds it'll take. I believe Harry's organised to have you in a studio in coming months.
There we go, yes,
now, are you a fan of pina colada? Because I've just well, I knew all about it. I never had it, I suppose.
The song or the drink?
Oh, the drink, of course. Well, we can drink and sing at the same time in the studio.
That sounds sensational. I'd love a pina colada.
You're still on,
Harry,
just before you go,
lock it in, put it down in your diary.
You're still on this. Hang on, you're still on
there.
A couple of minutes, man. Yep. You're still on SEN. You are.
Yes.
You are SN New South Wales Football Association.
The big
board member
there.
still there.
Yep, still there. Nothing changes, guys.
How do you find time to bloody get time off?
I haven't had a day off since, I reckon, November last year.
My God, we're going to let you go have a break right now. Thank you for coming on for a little bit, and that's fantastic. And we'll see you. We'll give you a call in a few weeks when you got it. When you got a holiday, how's that?
I might send her a slab of
that'd be great. I'd love to talk to you for longer. Sorry.
No, we'll get you on a couple of weeks.
Thank you for coming on.
No worries. Go to your meeting. Go quick. Catch you soon. Catch you soon.
The Dutch Queen has departed now, Harry.
Catch you soon. Catch you soon, Miss Brantz. Bye bye.
The great Raw fan. She follows the Raw, Harry. Did you know that?
Well, guys, that's our show for tonight. We had to get George. George was there.
Well, look, we got lots of things to talk about.
We got a lot of things to talk about, guys.
Yes. Now, did you know? Now, Costa's gone back to the Knicks. Now, who am I talking about?
Yeah, I know who it is.
Well,
Barbarouses has gone back.
Right now, first of all, before we get on to Barbarouses, clearly the boy's starting to go a little bit downhill. He's been going for about 13 years. Just like look, I'm not disrespecting the guy. Obviously, what happens is a little bit later on in your career, in everyone's career, we tend to go to clubs that aren't as good as the ones we're at. A bit like our mate Ivan Franjic, who had great success, may I add, at this club up here. There they are there. No, not the Brisbane Lions.
And you know who reminded me? I met him a few weeks ago, Ivan Franjic, and of course, Mr. Orange, the general of the Orange Army in Brisbane.
Yes,
you know who I'm talking about, don't you?
He
says to me, "Now you're famous in the photo. I'm famous with a photo of Franjic. My God, man."
Well, I'll tell you what, Franjic has won multiple championships, like a lot of Brisbane players who ended up at Victory, and I think he's won 5 championships. And also, may I add, we spoke about that before. Harry Kuehl.
Oh, he's got to be.
Massive supporter.
Oh, mate.
He just come out of the woodwork, and he believes this: the relegation, obviously the promotion, which they're saying is going to happen in years to come.
Years to come. No, they're saying they want it earlier than that.
There's one thing he doesn't quite really believe, that if we're going to get the crowds there, this is going to be the test.
Let's just. They're spending $5 million. The FFA is spending. I got that today. I'm not going to say who said it to me.
It wasn't a cat from Sydney.
No. $5 million has been spent on the second division. That's a bit of money there, guys.
Well, there's enough,
a few things going to be happening. The clubs.
Is that enough money?
The clubs have to have their own money as well. $1.5 million. And they've got to have a $150,000 license fee, and that is it, guys. They're doing it as cheap as possible, but you still need money involved.
Look, fingers crossed. It is fingers crossed. Fans in Australia, we are all crossing our fingers that this second division works, because, like I told George, it should have been around from day one. 1978, 77, whatever it was. It should have been introduced then. Just like every other nation that plays the great game. Now, where's my orange ball? Did you get rid of my orange ball?
No, I didn't get rid of your orange ball.
Well, I can't bloody see the street down here.
What's it doing down there?
Down there.
Now, what I also want to say is that it's an amazing situation, a situation again. That situation that my favourite player that played
for Berisha.
No, Leeds United and Liverpool has now joined.
Daddy Cool.
And he's just joined, guess who, guys? Celtic. He's just joined Celtic. We're going to have an Australian team running Celtic. That is amazing. Amazing that we're going to have an Australian crew running Celtic in the Scottish Premier League. Will this happen in the Premier League? Will Ange get to the Premier League as well and do something there as well, guys? But I tell you what, when you got Kuehl on your side, maybe I hear another rumour that he's trying to get Timmy Cahill. Well, I tell you what, mate, if they get Tim Cahill and Harry Kuehl in one place, I tell you what, the sky's the limits for the Socceroos, former Socceroos.
So Kuehl and Cahill are going to which team, you said?
Celtic.
Celtic. Well, that can only be a plus.
Of course it is.
The knowledge those two have. One can teach them how to score goals with a foot, and the other one can teach them how to score goals with a head.
Exactly.
Now, can you pick them?
Well, I tell you what, mate. These guys have got experience that you got no idea. I mean, and we are talking here, Mark Schwarzer involved as the goalkeeping coach. Well, what do you got a whole Socceroos team running a Premier League team, of course.
Well, just maybe.
Can you imagine this?
Maybe Schwarzer, Kuehl, and the other guy you mentioned, maybe they can help the under-23s, because they got done 3-0 to the Japs.
Well.
And I had a big rap on the under-23s. I said a while ago that the under-23 Socceroos
they've done very well.
That they could actually challenge the big boys.
Well, who knows?
Well, they all play in the A-League. I mean, why could they not?
Yeah, they do. And look, Benedict Arnold. Benedict Arnold's still there. He's the coach.
Full credit to him.
And I'll tell you what about Benedict Arnold.
Thanks to Redmayne, he still has a job.
He actually needs 20 players. We know the three goalkeepers.
Too many.
It's going to be three goalkeepers. No, it's going to be
the third keeper 20, has never played a second of his life.
20 players have got to be chosen, so therefore he's going to be looking at the under-23s, okay? He's going to be looking at them, so there it is. So you know what I mean? So that's going to be a plus there for him to have a few under-23s, but he's got a few under-23s already. He's got an under-23 already in the Socceroos anyway.
Who's that?
Marco Tilio.
Tilio, well,
he's already there.
Now, one of our members, Harry, he sent this in. Now, possibly, he said, the greatest Manchester United team. Let me quickly run through this.
Yes.
And see if you can pick who he's missed. Now, he's starting goal with Van der Sar. He's claiming
Edwin, yeah.
Well, I think Schmeichel was a better keeper, personally. So he's gone for Van der Sar. Now, the back four, now listen to this.
Yes.
Evra, Ferdinand, Vidic, and Gary Neville.
Gary Neville.
Fair enough. He's gone in the middle with Rooney, Scholes, and Giggs.
So you're not mentioning one.
Well, hold on, let me finish. And up front, Ronaldo, Van Nistelrooy, and Cantona. Now, surely David Beckham is better than Scholes.
Surely Mark Bosnich should be there too.
Well, you would say Bosnich is better than Van der Sar.
Oh, I think Bosnich was there as his first.
How long was Bozza at United?
Bozza was there long. And don't forget, Dwight York was in the picture too, you know.
Well, I'll tell you what, Bozza, we know for a fact that his old coach, what was his name? The guy that was there for 700 years. Forget his name.
Alex Ferguson.
He actually said on the internet a while ago that the biggest mistake he ever did was...
Right, shoot that bloody...
Did he fly? Into the bar.
Shoot him, mate, please. Mate, just
Ferguson said that the biggest mistake he's ever made in his football coaching career was employing Bosnich.
Stop booing! Shut up, everybody! Shut up!
Now, I don't know why. I mean, Bosnich would probably be the best keeper Australia's ever produced. Now, why would he say that?
No, hang on. Schwarzer is a better keeper than...
You think he was having a few pina coladas during training?
I'm sure of this, guys. I'm very sure of this.
A bit like our mate Frankie Farina. He used to love the red wine, and Nick Meredith told us that a while ago.
Of course. Next week, we have a very special guest for everyone, guys. I know it's a short show today. We've had a short show.
Well,
but let me tell you who's coming on next week. Now... one of the penalty takers for the Socceroos, mate, that was a penalty blast.
Oh, so we had a great coming on next week.
No, we got... No. A cannon. Craig Goodwin.
Are you serious?
No, Craig Goodwin's father is coming on.
Oh,
because I'll tell you why he's coming on. Because apparently, Tony Goodwin coached him how to take this penalty. His own father did it, guys. So
we got his father.
He's going to be telling us about that penalty he took in.
Well, I tell you what, I'm going to have my father on too.
In Qatar, in Qatar.
Qatar, is it? They're playing in Qatar. Well,
that's
now
right.
Listen, have you heard of a young fella? You probably haven't. Now I've got him down here. His name is Jed Drew.
Jed Drew. What? He drew some pictures.
Jed Drew. His name is Jed Drew. He's signed with the Bulls. Now, I have seen footage of this young boy as a junior.
What's he drew?
I don't know what he's drawing, but watch out for this. Jed Drew is a future Socceroo. Hey,
really?
That rhymes, doesn't it?
Jed Drew is a future
Socceroo.
Jed Drew is something like that.
Look, anyway. I clearly say that. I've seen footage of the young fella as a junior, and he is going places. Remember, Jed, you know what? I'm going to write that down on the board up here.
No, not too hard.
Jed Drew for Socceroo. I'll just write that down.
God help us, guys.
Jed Drew for...
Oh, it's one of those nights tonight, guys, that we make... look...
Well, now, listen, a couple of other things here we have to cover. Now, we have... also, we have a Mark Beavers. Now...
Sounds
I had a look at his...
Heater company.
Mark Beavers is signed for the Glory. I had a look at his Wikipedia.
Yes.
Look, the resume doesn't look all that impressive. Possibly for a lower division team like a team the Katsakis coaches. Maybe he should go on there, but we'll see how that unfolds because, look, Glory got it wrong with Sturridge, let's face it. Was he injured? Wasn't he paid enough? Did he come for a working holiday?
He was here on holidays.
He didn't fire. I mean,
how old? The guy wasn't even that old anyway.
Well, what did he play?
He played for England. He was playing England for the European Cup as well, for God's sakes. What is this?
Another failure, basically what they call a marquee. Now, he would have to go down with our mate Romario.
He was
and
just...
Jardel. Remember Jardel who played for Newcastle?
He was just to walk on the ground. That's what he was doing.
Jardel had no idea. And look, it's getting a bit ridiculous. And let's face it, I mean, Usain Bolt, we're talking about the greatest ever runner.
Usain Bolt was worse.
And, well, that's what I'm saying. Now, what he's going... Now, they wonder why people don't go and watch our great game. I mean, they're getting these marquees that don't fire up. We're getting ex-sprinters. What's next? What are we going to have... well, can we say transsexuals? Can they?
No, you can't say that no more. I was told not to say that no more. Well, ladies and gentlemen, people, just disregard that information.
Well, no, did you beep that? Did you?
Oh, I was told something not to say anymore.
Are we still on? Check.
We're going to be on shortly. But let me tell you guys that next week, as I said, we're going to have one of the Socceroos dads on. Tony Goodwin will be explaining how he actually told Craig how to take that penalty. So. Craig spoke to his father, and Tony told me that he told him that, how will I be able to kick this? And you know what? He stepped up to the plate, and we're going to hear this about his.
Listen.
We may even have them both on together.
Now,
to have a Socceroo on next week would be fantastic.
Listen, young fella, let me tell you something, right? You don't have to be a great coach to get a player to take the perfect penalty. Because I tell you what, I've coached a lot of juniors. We've probably taken over 12 years I've coached juniors, which was a while ago now. Regardless, our team was never any good. But do you know our team, the teams that I had over the years, they never missed a penalty. I'll tell you why. It's quite simple. If you put a witch's hat next to the goals, you got the goals there? Oh, yes. You put a witch's hat, 6 inches in from the goal, another witch's hat from there, 6 inches in from the other side. Now, during training, juniors at 13, 14 years old, they can pass a ball The penalty spot to the line, what is it?
Yes.
6 yards, is it?
6 yards.
Now, if they can pass the ball firmly to the player during training, right at their feet,
yes,
there's no reason why they can't hit the witch's hat. Because I said to them, boys, I said, listen, keepers at that age, they're not tall enough, they are not athletic enough to dive possibly that far to the right or the left. And guess what? Every time they took a penalty, it'd go in. You don't have to elevate the ball. You can put the ball along the ground.
Yes.
Even senior keepers can barely reach the corner post. So it's not really a big deal that someone knows how to take a penalty. Think about it. It's not that hard at all.
I'm a goalkeeper. I don't know anything about that.
Well, I'll tell you what, our mate Kevin Muscat, he was the perfect penalty taker, but remember he missed the vital one in some final.
And he did.
Well, he hit the post, so I suppose he came close. But look, it's not a very hard thing to coach. Getting the coach on how to play the way you want them to play, that's different. Because you've got 11 boys, 11 men.
Yes,
You give them a structure. And that's what I like about football overseas. They call them managers. You manage the team.
They're coaches here.
You don't coach it. You manage the team.
We know what's going on overseas. This is why...
And that's the right wording for it.
And this is why they got rid of the Centre of Excellence, and they got rid of this, and they said the A-League have to be the grounding of all the new kids coming up and everything. Well, I'll tell you what, that's wrong. And this is where the second division comes in, and this is where they're going to learn the right way at the second division. It's coming. There's no stopping it. It's going to be there in a few months' time. After July, you're going to hear the blueprint. The blueprint will be out in July, just after July. $5 million has been allocated to the second division. There we go. It's all happening. We said it. Nick Galatas, Association Australian Football Club chairman, said it. After that, July, it's out. There you go. And there's going to be former NSL clubs mainly in that group of teams.
Well, I've spoken to Joe. Now,
Joe who?
Joe Palazides.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
I don't believe him. Don't believe him.
Well, you can believe that. You believe whatever you want to believe.
May I tell you what will happen here? If you're telling me this, I will tell everyone out
Three
there.
past giants aren't going to bid for the second division.
And I will tell you what will happen after that. What will happen is, whatever teams are playing in the NSL, second coming in the NSL, I call it, second coming, what's going to happen is it's going to take a lot of people away from the NPL. They're going to come and support the second division teams because why would you stay in a graveyard like the NPL that gives you nothing? Nobody goes anymore. So these teams, if they think they're going to survive, I'm sorry, you didn't want to go in that. You didn't want to go in those in that second division. That is your downfall. I'm sorry, and that's how it works. So you're going to lose. You'll lose and you'll go broke. Believe me, that's the way it's going to be.
Well, Jimmy Johnson was on the news.
Say whatever he likes.
No, it's true. Jimmy Johnson is all for it. He's got plans on how to make the second tier work. And he's talking about in the pipeline, into the distance. At the end of the road, he's saying possibly we're going to have a third division.
Well, there you go. Something's happening already.
So let's hope that does get underway. And let's just hope people rock up.
Exactly.
We heard it. We went to the Heidelberg South Melbourne game weeks and weeks ago.
Yep.
And the own president of Heidelberg said, he goes, this is disappointing. Which it was disappointing. Hey, let's be serious here. We counted about 405 people.
Very disappointing. But as I told you, nobody wants these competitions
anymore.
Nobody wants to play in the second division. They want to play in a higher form of the game.
I disagree. Oh, okay. Regardless, we are talking about possibly two of the biggest clubs in Victoria.
That's fine. They can stay out. That's fine.
Now, hold on. Two of the biggest clubs in Victoria.
That's fine.
Now, they've got to attract more than, well, let's be honest, was it 2,000 people?
They will have to at least 2,500. There has to be more people.
Just because they're not second division or A-League.
I have some more news about that.
They don't go and watch the game. They have the supporters. I've been saying it for years.
Can I
They have got themselves to blame for the game going down.
And I will tell everyone right now.
Tell them right now.
That the news about the second division. There's one big thing about the second division.
Yes.
The team that wins the championship in that competition, they win that. They automatically qualify for the Asian Cup.
Well, that's correct. Yes.
The Asian Champions League. They'll be playing in that. So anybody that thinks they want to stay out of that competition and be unpopular and stay in the NPL, that's their problem. That's their fault if they can't survive. But anyone that plays in that competition will have a spot in the Asian Champions League, guys. There you go. Frothy, we're about to finish. Thank you very much.
I think we're done. Unfortunately, Mr. NPL
He's a bit sick. He's sick, guys. So we're going to. He says he'll be on next week. He spoke to me.
Every time we do the bloody show, but doesn't
matter.
We're all sick.
It's like a psychos.
I am going to play the favourite tune of George Katsakis.
I know.
You can sing "Let's Get Loud." Or you can
no. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week with Tony Goodwin.
Possibly a Michael Jackson song.
Check it out, guys. Feel that man right now. Check it out. Hear the guys.
She bangs.
Oh, I banged him today. The cup of life. This is the one. Now is it time? Don't never stop.
Let's get loud.
We shouldn't know. Gotta be strong. We shouldn't know.
Coming.
Right
Here comes
from
Horace.
the top. And when you feel the heat, the world is at your feet. No one can hold you back if you really want it.
Oh,
I see it in your eyes.
you want the cup of life.
Now that the day's here, you're gonna get it.
She bangs.
Do you really want it? Do you really want it? Hey!
Let's get loud. Let's get loud.
Ali, Ali, Ali. Go, go, go. Ali. Good night, guys. We'll see you next Monday. Monday night next week at 8:30 with Tony Goodwin. Good night, guys. Thank you for joining us. Good night, thank you. Hi guys, Harry Sunday here, letting you know that there's a apparel company that supports the game that you love. It's called ThereIsOnlyOneFootball.com, guys. They've got all sorts of stuff, from caps, t-shirts, water bottles, all sorts of accessories, even for your mobile phone. All that sporting stuff you can wear anywhere you want to wear it, guys. That's right. And don't forget the website it's on, ThereIsOnlyOneFootball.com.
There is only one football.
What's happening
yes.
right here, right now in the studio, because we got this beautiful shirts that we're showing with Frothy right now, guys. Frothy's back with me. Frothy, what's happening with these shirts, mate? Can you tell me what's happening right now?
Shut up, let me talk.
Oh,
now,
bloody
listen,
hell, mate.
We have these great tops here.
Yes.
Now, it's a bit of a 2-minute show tonight, I believe. So we're back in town, but we are officially back in town on Monday with some major announcements and start again. Announcements.
Yes.
Can you spell announcements? Can you?
Announcements.
Can you spell that?
I can't spell
well,
it all.
Leave it for next time. Now, let's go through the tops. Now,
That's
these
right.
tops,
well,
if you were born 400 years ago, you'd know about these tops. So we've got the great St George here, I believe.
No, Brisbane Lions, mate. Brizzy Lions, mate.
And we got South Melbourne Hellas there.
No, Fitzroy United, you're telling me, mate. Fitzroy United.
This one's Inter Monaro, is it?
Inter Monaro?
No, that's St George Budapest.
St George, yes, the Hungarians,
and over
mate.
to my right, which is your right as well. Are we still on?
Yes, we're still on, of course, we're still on,
mate.
Over
here, we've got the great Sydney Olympic. And I know the cat has probably ordered a couple of those.
Oh, he's got a couple of hundred, mate.
Well, I'll tell you why he's ordered a couple. I had a chat with Peter Raskopoulos during the week.
Oh, he hates his guts.
And he said to me, Peter Katholos, a cat, has ordered 2 because his gut's so bloody big, he needs 2 jumpers to make one. So, well, look, that's only a joke, cat.
Oh, my God, mate.
Well, look, also, Canberra, what's this? Canberra City.
Canberra City. You know who coached them?
Yes.
In 1977?
Frank Garrock.
Johnny Warren.
Johnny Warren.
We're laughing, mate, everywhere.
I told you so, Johnny Warren said. I doubt we'll sell many because how many supporters did they have? That's beside the point. Also, we got Hokoa up there.
That's
great,
right, of course.
Brazilian heritage, are they?
Brazilian, well, yeah, a lot of them escaped to Brazil.
We'll leave it at that. And the great Marconi.
Marconi.
And let's go through them. Great quality.
Of course.
They fit nicely. They are cheap. You know what? They're too bloody cheap.
$75.
$75 is not even $80.
Plus postage and handling.
Plus postage and handling, and our great friend with David Ben and Arrow Sport.
Arrow Sport together. There is only, and then guys, you can buy them on. There's only one.
You keep going. I'll play the great South Melbourne tune.
There is only one football where you can get it from. There is only one football.com in conjunction with Arrow Sport. You can also buy fantastic kits for your teams as well at Arrow Sport, and they're working together to bring you these fantastic 1977 Phillips League. Of course, you're bloody on, Frothy. And of course, guys, 1977. These shirts are fantastic. You've got the other ones at $150, which are the original gigs, $150, and then you've got the sublimated ones at $75, guys. So yes.
Yes. And can I just say, I suppose it's not appropriate to say this, but my team had a win on the weekend.
Yes, they did.
Well, not the weekend, a couple of days ago. So they're flying, and I tell you what, it's pretty much it. Now we're going to sing a song just to.
Well, we can't actually sing a song tonight because we're just doing the show tonight. That's all.
We're just advertising the jumpers here.
That's right, guys. But where to get them from? There is only one football. That's the one there. So, guys, thank you, guys. Get these fantastic shirts right now because you will never find them. Good night, guys. Thank you for joining us. See you in a couple of days' time. Thanks, guys. Get on Arrow Sport.
Monday,
Arrow Sport. There's only one football.com.
We'll probably have Paul Wade on
Thank you, guys. See you. Bye-bye. Thank you.
There's going to be summer we're going to have.
That's football is.